In this video, we're going to be using Microsoft Excel in order to find the mode of a data set. Now, remember what the mode is. The mode represents the value that is repeated most often. But keep in mind that there may be more than one mode. In other words, you may have a data set where the number 7 is repeated the most and it's repeated 3 times. And maybe there's another number that's also repeated 3 times. So both of those numbers would be considered the mode. So we're going to be using the Excel function to find multiple modes as well as a single mode. All right, so the example data that we're going to be using is ages of employees from different departments in a company. All right, so let's start off. Let's find the mode or modes, plural, of Department 1. Let's find the age or ages that is repeated most often. So first off, let's first use the Excel function that finds a single mode. So I'm going to click into the place where I want my single mode to appear. And this is going to be for Department 1. I'm going to type in equals, and then the Excel function to find the mode is MODE, and then notice that we have mode.mult and mode.single. Well, let's start off by using mode.single. So I'm going to double click on that. This is going to find a single mode. So now I want to input the range of values that I want to find the mode from. So I want to do this for the column under Department 1. So I'm going to click on and select and drag this first column. So now I'm going to press enter, and notice that it shows up a 43. It shows us a 43. That means 43 is repeated most often in this column. But keep in mind that there may be multiple modes. There may be other numbers that are repeated just as often as 43, but mode.single won't show them. It will only show the first one that appears in that range. So let's start over, but let's use mode.mult in order to collect all of the modes if there are more than one. So I'm going to clear this out. I'm going to right click into the cell and I'm going to select clear contents. So now I'm going to start over. I'm going to type equals and then MODE, and this time I'm going to double click on mode.mult. Now I'm going to reselect the values in that column under Department 1, and then I'm going to press enter. And notice this time that 43 and 32 show up. What that means, there were indeed two modes. 43, if you counted the number of 43s in this column, you would see that they're repeated 3 times. And if you counted the number of times that 32 was repeated, they would also be repeated 3 times. And notice when we do that, when we use that function, when we use that Excel function, it places the modes in a vertical array. Now, let's go ahead and find the modes, and I said modes, plural, for the other 3 departments. Now, I can repeat the process, or I can click on where I input the function the first time, hover my cursor over the lower right point of that cell, and then drag it into the other 3 cells to the right. So notice that for Department 2, there were 2 modes, 29 and 40. For Department 3, from this column here, there were 3 modes, 25, 22, and 35. And for Department 4, from this column, there was only 1 mode, 22. Now I want to show you how to use the mode functions to place your values in a horizontal array. and we're going to place that up here. In order to do that, we have to use another Excel function. That function is the transpose function. So I'm going to select my cell that I want my modes to appear in a horizontal fashion. I'm going to type equals. Now I'm going to type in transpose. T-R-A-N-S. Since it came up here, I'm just going to double click on it. And now I want to enter my mode function. So I'm going to use my multiple mode function. So M-O-D-E, double click on mode.mult. And now I want to select the set of data that I want to find the mode for. This time, instead of selecting a single department, let's select the entire box. Let's select all of the values for all of the departments. So I'm going to select and hold and highlight all of the values in this box. And now, since I have two starting parentheses in my function, I have to have two closing parentheses. So I need to type the closing parentheses twice. Parentheses once, whoops, wrong key. Parentheses once, parentheses twice. And then I'm going to press enter. And notice, because I used my transpose function, it placed the modes in a horizontal array. And this concludes using Excel to find the modes.